Okay, this is the first part of Napoleon Total War. And let's finish this. I am Napoleon.
Some men live and die in the shade of their olive trees. A lifetime of peace and simplicity. This book is the record of a man who wanted more. A man who wanted everything. His name was Napoleon Bonaparte. Soldier, general, emperor. Yet, all things have a beginning. There was a time when Napoleon was just a boy. A boy from Corsica. Ambition. Instilled in the mind of a child, it becomes a powerful force. From an early age, Napoleon was taught that ambition can make a man great. His father had done everything in his power to secure a place for his young son in a school on the mainland, far from Corsica and the confines of island life. Welcome to Corsica. You're about to learn how to build an empire through conquest and diplomacy, establish vast and profitable trade routes, research new and exciting technologies, and advance Napoleon's military power on both land and sea. Fame and glory await.
Okay.
Let's start by getting comfortable with the camera controls. To move the camera around the map, simply press and hold the middle mouse button while moving the mouse in any direction. You can also zoom in and out of the campaign map by rolling the middle mouse button back and forth. Let's select your general, Napoleon Bonaparte.
Oui?
Napoleon has a set number of movement points that can be used in each turn of the game. The distance he can move is shown by the large colored area around him on the map. Each time Napoleon moves, this area becomes smaller until his movement points for the turn are exhausted. Also, within the character's movement area is a slightly smaller area in a different color. This is the zone of control. An enemy army or navy that enters the zone during the turn can be attacked. Try moving Napoleon to the port of Bastia on the northeast coast of Corsica. Select Napoleon and then right-click on the map on the intended destination with your mouse. Towns, ports and cities form the backbone of your nation. Double left-click on one of them to open its information panel. This will show exactly what it does.
Uh-oh.
The panel contains information about your towns and ports, including their effects and background detail. Clicking on the tick icon will close this panel. Once you have finished everything you want to do during this turn, select the End Turn button at the bottom of the screen.
Thank you.
As Napoleon prepared to leave his island home, he must have been nervous. He was a boy leaving his family behind for a life in a strange new place. If only he had known that he was starting out on a path that would change the face of Europe forever. A ship has arrived to take Napoleon to the French mainland. Select Napoleon and then right-click on the ship to board it. Notice that having boarded the ship, you now need to select a destination.
Voilà. Napoleon is aan land. And turn.
With his father, Napoleon traveled to mainland France to begin his schooling. From the moment he saw his new home, Napoleon fell in love. The beautiful countryside and cities must have been impressive to a boy from a small island. Perhaps he dared to dream that one day he would own all that beauty. With the camera now on Switzerland, quickly move back to Napoleon using the radar map at the bottom left of the screen. Simply left-click on the area of the map within the radar panel that you wish to view. The camera will then move there. Try using this method. Message boxes will appear during most. You are about to enter another faction's territory. To the diplomacy panel, Switzerland is currently allied with France, and you have military access to their land.
Thank you,
As it is a
Switzerland.
rich and wealthy nation, you should seek a trade agreement to increase France's wealth.
Kies speciaal zin.
Select the Request Trade Agreement option. With a trade agreement, France receives additional wealth each turn for as long as the agreement is in effect. Do not forget to click the End Turn button once you have finished everything you need to do. A victim of bullying, Napoleon held his head high. Other children may have drawn in upon themselves. He had the fierce pride of his father, and when asked to kneel before a schoolmaster, he calmly replied that a man bows only before God. This maxim would follow him into his adult years. Make your way to Reims with Napoleon. As you have chosen to move Napoleon to a destination outside, press the space bar to speed up movement and land at sea. Both units and turn times will now accelerate.
Voilà. Napoleon is aan school.
To construct a college, select the town of Brienne. Then mouse over its construction site icon on the review panel. Once each building takes a certain number of turns to construct. To review it, traveling between.
Okay, mission complete.
The construction of the college is now finished. The Research and Technology panel shows military, administrative and industrial technology. Do not forget to click the End Turn button once. Gentlemen such as this can be used in a variety of different ways. Dueling,
Remember, you can do stealing
and speeding up your own
technology,
technology research time.
dueling.
Let's use this gentleman to help with research at the nearby college. To do this, select
And spy can
then right-click on the college at Brienne to send him there.
okay. Next turn.
Do not forget to click the End Turn button.
You have now finished researching technology. Thank you. Part 1 is over.
Napoleon went to study at the École
Nope.
Militaire,
Oh yeah, he's gone to
a
France.
renowned military
Yes.
school that prepared him for his glittering career.
He's going to
He
Paris.
studied the lives of great military leaders, paying particular attention to Alexander's campaigns. He dreamed of emulating his heroes, something that few can turn into reality. But this was not the case for Napoleon. Make your way to Paris with Napoleon.
En avant! Pour la couronne et le pays!
Cannon.
To build a cannon foundry, select Paris and then the construction tab. Do not forget to click the enter. During this campaign, Napoleon has gained various personality traits. Traits can be both positive and negative, and they are acquired as your generals do things and go places. To view your general's traits, right-click on his portrait card in the Army tab of the Review panel. Do not forget to click the Enter. You will find the Building Browser button useful now that you have a large number of buildings in your expanding empire. The Building Browser shows the types and locations of your buildings. Click on any of the buildings to see how it can be upgraded. To recruit a unit, select Now select to view information about a specific unit, either mouse over a unit card to see the Revolution, a time of upheaval and a
Revolution?
shining opportunity for Napoleon.
You're one country.
Social position counted for nothing. Ambition would take a man anywhere, and Napoleon had it in abundance. Opportunity was coupled with hardship. Napoleon lost his father, but now he had a destiny to create. Make your way to Dijon with Napoleon.
Immédiatement! Monsieur?
To start building the musket manufactory,
Oh,
remember
crap.
to select Dijon and then the construction tab. Do not forget to click the Enter button. Workers are on strike in Paris. To increase your nation's wealth, upgrade your towns and farms throughout France.
Okay.
Paris is now rioting. Pressing the home key will focus the camera on your capital. You must stop the riot before the situation turns into a full-blown rebellion. Now, click on the Government button. The Government panel contains information about to set the tax levels for the up. You will now notice that the map of Europe will start to change in color depending on the taxes rate you have. Another way to improve the happiness of a city's people is to construct buildings such as opera houses or museums. You may wish to add one of these buildings in Paris. With the riots over, it is a good idea to repair buildings that were damaged by rioters. Click on any of your towns.
Okay.
After the loss of his father, Napoleon was left without a guide. He found a new mentor in Baron Dutheil, the man who was to nurture his talent for artillery and set the young Napoleon on the path to greatness. Select the port of Genoa. Now, select the trading port icon on the review panel. With this selected, click on the Change Building Type button at the bottom of the screen.
Oh my god.
Then, pick the Dockyard building icon to convert the town into a dockyard. Do not forget to click the Enter. With the dockyard completed, we can defend our seas. To start recruiting your fleet, select Genoa. Do not forget to click the Enter. Sea trade is vital. The sun. In his first action, Napoleon proved that he was a more than capable soldier. He was able to look battle in the face, unblinking and undaunted. He took this bravery and returned to Corsica, the island home that he had left so long ago. To blockade a port, simply select one of your ships and then right-click on the port. With the trade route under our control, the Sardinians will struggle to make money from it.
Okay.
Do not forget to click the End Turn button once you have finished everything. Garrisoning units within a rioting city will also help stop the unrest. Recruit a unit of dragoons to help, as they have a greater police. Do not forget to click the End Turn button once you have finished everything you need to do this turn.
Dragons. Okay, and
Do not forget to click the End Turn button once you
and now
Quelle direction, capitaine? Opération, préparez-vous pour la bataille!
I have no idea what to do now.
With your nation close to bankruptcy, it would be wise to increase taxes throughout your lands or disband some of your troops.
Ah,
Prêt pour l'action! Dégagez, préparez-vous!
Do not forget to click the End Turn button.
make peace.
Select the Diplomatic Relations button, and then select Sardinia from the list of nations on the You have successfully made peace with Sardinia. The waters along our southern coast will be safe again.
Okay, save again.
Vos ordres, capitaine? C'est la terre ferme. Je ne peux pas le faire. Hissez tout! Officier sur le pont! Bien arrivé!
Toulon, 1793. Napoleon was given his chance and control of the artillery after the previous commander was injured. Napoleon's attention to detail and confidence made quite an impression on his superiors, and they sang his praises to Paris. His reputation was being made. This is our nation's secret weapon, the spy. Before you send your army to besiege Toulon, a spy can sabotage buildings, assassinate generals, or discover vital information about the enemy. Spies and other agents can be found easily using the list button at the bottom of the screen. The panel will show you useful information about your agents, your armed forces, and your regions. To infiltrate a city, select your spy, select the infiltrate. Once the spy enters the city, you will see him in the agent tab of the review panel. From here, you will be able to carry out various tasks from the next turn onwards, including assassinations and sabotaging enemy buildings. In light of the information from your spy, it would be wise to increase your army in size and strength. Make sure you have recruited cannons and line infantry from Paris before you attack the city.
Okay.
D'autres ordres?
To attack the city of Toulon, select your army or armies and then right-click on the city.
Maar ik heb ook niks.
Prêt? D'autres ordres? Tenez-vous prêts? En avant! En position! Soyons prêts!
The
Ils sont
pre-battle
faits!
panel has vital information in determining how to attack or defend against your enemy. Apart from showing you the troops, which each army contains and their size, it also shows you how likely you are to win or lose, indicated by the colored bar at the center of the panel. At the bottom of the panel, you will notice various attacking options. These buttons allow you to either continue or break a siege on your enemy's stronghold, attack the enemy by playing or by
Personne ne
auto.
nous vaincra!
You have successfully captured Toulon and driven the British from France. Hailed as a
Thank
hero,
you.
Napoleon had his first taste of fame and loved it. With the power of the military, he could achieve anything. That much was abundantly clear to the young and ambitious officer. All he needed was one chance to
Chapter
build his
1
power
is
base
complete.
and seize control of the nation he had so admired. He would not have long to wait. As the British warships fled the harbor, so did Napoleon's last doubts in his abilities. He had stepped from the shadows to take command and led his soldiers to victory. At 24, Napoleon was a brigadier general of artillery. Now he wanted an army. The years of waiting were almost over.
Okay. That was Tutorial Chapter 1.